Hi everybody, and broadcasting from my stunning garden, different parts of it. So yeah, I just want to talk about today reality creation. What is it? We always just try and unpack what is it, and that is the trick. That's the nuance. The nuance is when you leave everything, when you leave these kind of videos, and when you leave the books, and when you leave the theory, okay, and when you take it into your daily life. That's the catch, that's the trick, that's the answer, really, how you are unpacking it and bringing it into your daily life, and how you're delayering. So delayering is all about just shedding assumptions. That's really bottom line. It's not about moving from one tactic to another or trying a better technique. None of that is true. It's really just shedding false ideas and false thoughts. So reframing is where it's at. And today we're just going to talk about one aspect of reframing and giving you an example. So we all want certain things, right? We all want a better job. We want use of our talents and self-expression. So the four square really is health, wealth, love, and self-expression. That's the cornerstone, the building blocks of what we want. We want to have all of that. So in writing down your desires and getting to know what you want and what you don't want, there's more to it than just that. You have to reframe it. So Abraham Hicks gives this fantastic example, and I'll put the link below actually, of rain. Okay, so she and Jerry were just sitting at one of their houses, when Jerry was still alive, and they were talking about, okay, so it's so dry, it's been like a non-stop drought, and we really need the rain, and everything was parched, and there was just dust, and nothing was alive, nothing was green, everything was just dying and dead, and they looked around and they were like, we really need the rain, let's talk to Abraham. So got on a call with Abraham, and Abraham, for those of you that don't know, Esther channels a group of beings called an entity called Abraham, and they have these wonderful conversations, very illuminating. So I highly recommend Abraham Hicks as well as one of the people that you go and see too. And the funny thing about Abraham Hicks though is I listened to it over the years and it didn't gel with me. And I remember I was dating someone a few years ago, and I sent it to him, and it also didn't gel with him. It was too airy-fairy for him. But as you evolve, as things happen in your life, these things come back around, and boom, it hits you. Like everything makes sense when you listen to it again. So don't dismiss what you've read before, right? So anyway, her and Jerry were sitting on the back porch. Everything's dead, dying, looking horrible, literally animals dying, plants, critters. And they got on a call, and Abraham said, why do you want the rain? Why do you want it? And they said, well, everything's dying, look around, it's parched. The trees can't cope. There's no water for the animals are dying, everything looks horrid. The land is thirsty. They can't manage. This land can't manage, and everything on this land is going to die, and is dying already. And so Abraham said, but you didn't answer the question, and you're not answering my question. I didn't ask what you don't like about not having the rain. I asked, why do you like the rain? Why do you want the rain? Why do you want the rain? And they were like, oh, that's a different answer. That's a different question. Okay, so reframe. Okay, why do I want the rain? I want the rain because when it falls down, it just feels amazing. It feels like it's the first day of spring. Everything feels refreshed and alive. I feel alive. I feel like running out there. After the rain, you get that scent, that smell. It's just this smell of the grass and of the air. Everything's just different. The dust feels different as well. And the rain just feels beautiful. It's just listening to the sound of it just listening to that sound, closing your eyes, and you just feel at one with nature wherever you are, in the city, in the jungle, in the concrete jungle, in your car. The minute the rain hits, there's something so beautiful and symphonic about it, and they just got into the whole reasons why they love the rain. They tuned out everything else about what happens, the negative bits about why there isn't rain and what the consequences. They tuned in rather to why they love the rain, what that meant for them, And this got me thinking, and I shared it with some of my clients, and I asked them to reframe and to reframe and to reframe. And the one person, he's really focused on his business and on his money. And I said to him, why do you want money, And he was like, he thought about it, and he thought about it, right? Rational mind kicking in. And he said, look, I've got to pay my bills. I'm not meeting my bills. I'm going to lose my house. I'm going to lose my car. It's embarrassing, I don't know what to say to people. End of the month is coming up. I don't have anything. And as he was talking, you could hear that what he was tuning into, the panic and the fear and the anxiety, was alive, And he started delving more into it, and he was energizing that frequency of lack. Why he can't have it, because he's got so many things to do, and he can't pay his staff, and it terrifies him that he can't pay his staff. And so I stopped him, and then I said, okay, why do you want money? Okay. And then he breathed, and he thought about it, and he was like, I just love feeling liberated. I love being able to walk into a shop and buy a suit that I want, a suit that fits me. I love that experience of feeling it on my skin, I love the fact that I can design and put in different things into my business. I can put these measures into place. I can hire the creatives that I want and the minds that I want and collaborate with them, because when we start collaborating and when I start designing certain things in my business, that just puts me in a different high. Because I remember when I went to this meeting, and then he started going on about the things that he loved in his business, and it took him away from the lack and the money, and he started going on about this meeting that sticks in his mind where he traveled, and he was just blown away because he was just energized by the creative experience and the engineering side of it, and designing the things that he loved in his business, and meeting people that they just clicked and they vibed, They were just like, okay, let's do this, let's do that. And they were like, whoa, and they came up with a product, that he's so proud of in his business. And that took him back, and that got the wheels kicking, and he had so many dreams for what he wants to do, what he wants to achieve, what he wants to put into place. And he started energizing that side of the stick. Abraham, in keeping with Abraham Hicks' theme today, Abraham keeps talking about what side of the stick are you activating. I forget the exact words. What are you activating? What are you energizing? And that's when he started energizing that. And I said to him, go to bed, okay, and keep talking this way to yourself. Keep feeling it. Just let it bubble up and go to bed. And he did that. And he just let that kind of go for like 48 hours. He didn't really he kind of parked everything and just started going back into what he wanted in his vision and the things that excite him, And the next thing you know, doors just started opening. People that he hadn't heard from 2-3 years ago started calling him, He started just feeling the urge, and he was listening to his intuition now to call this person that just flashed through his mind. And he called, and the next thing they had a coffee, and they started talking about certain opportunities, He walked into a mall, and he bumped into, just odd things started happening, the minute just the reframing started. So you don't have to go into a huge analysis paralysis deep dive each time, no, because you can energize the wrong thing. Sometimes it's needed, but not always. You got to find that balance on your own. It's experiential, and you got to develop your own empirical evidence. Okay, you've got to develop. So reframing is where it's at. Reframe why do you want this particular thing? Why do you want that person? Why do you want to look a certain way? Why do you want a certain experience? You know, it can't just always be, I want so much money, I want so much money, I want so much money. Why? You know, reframe it and you'll see the four square, health, love, wealth, self-expression will start falling into place, because now you're vibing with the right energy. Remember, reality creation is all about energy, frequency, vibration. Bottom line, this channel, we don't give you any BS. We give it to you straight, and we make you stop doing the things that don't work for you. We just cut that out. Okay, we cut that out, because I spent years chasing stuff that didn't work, and I also spent years not applying everything together. So I'm applying it in bits and pieces, but a lot of my energy was still being diffused and going into the wrong things. Okay, I was chasing the wrong things and doing the wrong things and thinking the wrong things. So like Louise Hay says, you know, I don't have any problems to solve. I just have my thinking to fix, and the problems will solve themselves. How awesome is that, hey? So get on a call. If you want a coaching session, get on the call, smash that like, share button. Let me hear your thoughts. Let me hear your experiences about what you found. Try the reframing and let me know how it happens. Let me know how it goes for you. And if you want a coaching session, just hop on a call, okay? Click on the links and let's chat. Take care, bye.